What are you doing? Steele, turn that shit off. What are you doing? Turn that shit off.
Just let people know Fernando Mendoza won the damn Heisman.
I know, and he deserved it. You were on here last week talking about Pavia, like, oh, Pavia.
I take all that back.
Yeah, Fernando deserved it. Okay, we'll start with that. Fernando Mendoza wins your Heisman Trophy. Steele, I thought he deserved it. You were on the Rodriguez train. First off, I'll set that clear.
Thank you.
He definitely should have been in the finalists in New York. He wasn't, but then you jumped on the Pavia train, which really broke my soul, and he proved me right that he is a clown.
Yeah, it sucks because Mendoza, he goes out and he wins the Heisman, and then now all the talk is on Pavia and how he handled it. He's out clubbing in New York. He's got the F Indiana sign in a club with some chick, and it just like, what are you doing, man?
Especially after Fernando Mendoza's speech, because Fernando's speech was so good. It's about family, it's about team, it's about brotherhood. And then Pavia to like kind of trash Indiana and trash him after he won that is unacceptable. And the thing I liked about Fernando's speech is in today's day and age, because I got an 11-year-old nephew. I know what these kids are watching. I know what these kids are listening to. They're listening. They like all the flash. They like all the drip. They like all that BS, all the NIL, all the money, all that stuff. And Fernando Mendoza, I thought it was very refreshing to hear a guy get up there and just kind of talk about what college football is really about. And that's about your brothers, your team, and your family. Steele, what did you think about his speech?
Yeah, that's a dude that's going to go into your program at the next level in the NFL, and he's gonna change everything for the good. I mean, that's just a guy that he's not going to have a single person in the locker room that hates him. Everyone's going to rally around him because he's just a good dude. He's smart as hell. And then, of course, he can sling it around. So that's a quarterback I'd want to play for. He may be goofy and nerdy, and we both have seen his interviews. He is.
Oh, yeah.
He wears that thing like a badge of honor.
And 100%.
Yeah. So the fact that he leans into it, he understands who he is, and he just goes out and he's himself every single day. It's awesome.
Now, did you see Rodriguez finished ahead of Sayin? Did you see that?
Yes. He finished fourth in the votes, but he wasn't there.
What did you think about that?
That just makes no sense.
But do you think he should have finished ahead of Sayin?
It's probably just because Sayin's the quarterback at Ohio State. You get all the Ohio State fans whenever he's there. They're viewing the Heisman Watch or whatever, and that's just more views and everything.
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree. I think Rodriguez, saying he had a great season, but I mean, it is what it is. That supporting cast around him was phenomenal. He had his, he played well in the Team Up North game, but he had a big-time opportunity in the Big Ten championship. And I thought he could have won it if he balled out, but, he didn't quite deliver. And like Coach Day said, I like what Coach Day said about him when he was talking about, listen, he's a young quarterback. In today's day and age, you're getting a lot of older guys winning this award, guys who've been multiple places. He is a young quarterback, and that is the absolute truth. And he's going to be phenomenal. I mean, I won't be surprised if he wins it.
Did you see a couple things? You got to be freaking Bobby Boucher if you want to win the damn Heisman nowadays. You got to go out there, put up 40 sacks. But either way, with Julian saying, you've seen how he's really just progressed and grown throughout the year. Because I remember whenever we were talking about that Texas game, his job was don't turn the ball over.
Right.
Just be smart. Just take the check down, take the third option, and just be smart with the ball. And then now you're getting into the midway through the season. He's out there slinging it. He's got 400 yards a game. He's using all of his weapons. And, of course, he's had some bumps and hiccups throughout the last month or so. But he's grown so much in just one season that through the next year and then even the next one, if he decides to stay for 4 years, he's going to be unreal.
Oh, no. He's going to be special.
He's going to be electric.
Yeah, did you see the before the Heisman, the interviews when nobody was at his table?
Yeah, I saw that picture.
Have you had that happen to you before?
It was one of those things where what was our first bowl game? The Fiesta Bowl?
The Fiesta Bowl.
No, I never had something like that specifically where it was just me and three other guys, but it'll be whenever like JK and Chase had all their stands, and then the rest of us bums were just sitting around kind of in the middle section. Then you'd have one random reporter come up with a mic and like ask you the dumbest question. Like how does JK's jockstrap smell? Something like that.
Oh my goodness gracious. I had that happen a few times at USC, especially when Caleb was there. obviously. After practice, they line you guys like 3 guys up on the wall, and the reporters can kind of go interview who they want. And obviously, Caleb was getting all in. I'll just stand there with one USC student who didn't know a whole lot about football, but we had a great conversation. So that feeling is a funny, humbling experience, to say the least. But I know Sane's going to be fine. I know he's going to bounce back, and I can't wait to see him in the college football playoffs.
Well, there's nothing to bounce back from. I mean, he was still
from the Big Ten championship I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, yeah,
from the Big Ten championship, and kind of the adversity he's faced with real adversity now. So we'll see how he bounced back. But Makai Lemon, Blitnikoff Award winner,
he should have won.
Okay, we both agree he should have won. We both agree.
Yeah, but for that award, it's the best receiver in college football.
Yes.
It makes no sense. Now, yes, he should have won, but it makes no sense that he won it. But it is unanimously known that there is a better receiver out there. So it just, I don't know. It's weird.
I don't know if he's a better receiver.
Yes, he is.
I don't know if he's a better receiver.
Jeremiah Smith.
I'm saying this with like every part of my. Is he more gifted physically? Yes. Is he more physically talented? Yes. I don't know if he's a better receiver, and I'm not going to be surprised to see Makai Lemon and Carnell Tate have better NFL careers than Jeremiah Smith. Would you say Jackson Smith and Jigba, when we were all in college, we've seen it, would you say Jackson Smith and Jigba would you think he'd be way better than Marvin Harrison? Would you consider him a better receiver when they were in college than Marvin Harrison Jr.?
I thought he was a lot more polished, yes.
Okay, well, I didn't. I thought Marvin Harrison Jr. was the biggest freak I've ever seen. So I'm learning from – and Marvin Harrison Jr. is a phenomenal receiver, and that still stands. He's doing great in the NFL. But JSN's doing better. And I'm not going to be surprised to see Makai Lemon or Carnell Tate – I like Carnell Tate a lot, do better than Jeremiah Smith.
Well, first of all, 2 things with JSN. He didn't have a full season whenever he was the number 1 guy. That's who the QB was going to every single play, because he had his breakout game, of course, in the Rose Bowl, but that entire season, he still had Garrett Wilson. You had Chris Olave. So it was like a 3-headed monster, and he was just a part of that. Marvin, he had a full year and a half where it was just him. Because Jackson got hurt at the beginning of the year. Marvin, he was the guy. Then the next year, Marvin, he was the guy. So you give JSN, you give him a full year, he's going to show you exactly what he's showing on Sundays. But I'm not even going to get into the Jeremiah Smith thing. I think you're delusional right now. It's of course a little bit of that SoCal bias that you've been showing all year. Pisses me off.
No, it's not SoCal bias. It's
SoCal bias.
It's a lack of respect for USC for the players, because
he's good.
And I feel like I can touch on it because we've been around all the great guys at Ohio State, and those guys are the best receivers in the NFL. So I would and I guard all of them. So I like to think I know a little bit. Now, I don't know Jeremiah Smith. I've never been around Jeremiah Smith. He might be 10 times freakier in person. But to me, I think he's a little stiff. I like Makai Lemon.
You're high.
Let's move on. Let's leave it at that. We're not going to touch the same page, but we're going to keep this show rolling, Steele. It's going to blow up one day, and then 3-4 years down the line when we're still running this thing and hopefully on a big network.
This is so stupid.
We can have the same argument, and I'll be right that Makai Lemon or Carnell Tate is having the better NFL career.
You're lucky I'm just baffled right now, and I can't say anything. You're pissing me.
Okay, let's move on. Maybe I'm just rage baiting you. You never know. But let's move on. Okay, Army, Navy, Steele. Did it live up to the hype?
Yeah, it did. It was perfect.
It was freaking phenomenal.
First quarter, chef's kiss.
Beautiful. Oh, yeah. There was an 8-minute drive followed up by another 7-minute drive or something like that.
Took up the whole first quarter. I think it was around 23 minutes, real time that it took up.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Horvath, he's a wild player, man.
Both those quarterbacks, I give them so much props because, my God, they were just receiving poundings over and over.
Over and over again.
And they were completely A-okay with it.
I liked Helms a little bit more. I think Cal could sling it a little bit. But
they were talking about how he was like a 4 or 5-star recruit or something in high school, and they were asking like, why are you going to Army of all places whenever you're not going to be throwing it? And he just like he's an Army guy.
Yeah, I know that's sick. Do you know if Army and Navy they don't get any NIL, do they?
I imagine they don't.
I know it's just tough. I mean, they got to really sell the dream because it is a prestigious place. Still, like if you're a 3-star or something, and you can get a little bit of or 2-star, 3-star, and you can get some NIL money. I don't know how that works. Go to Army, get an education. You come out an officer. It's not like you're on the front lines, but I mean, that's no disrespect to them. But they are like officers. They're on the front. They're not on the front lines. They're running stuff. They do it for 4 years. They get out and they are set up for life. So I don't necessarily disagree with what he did to go there.
I don't know as far as the NIL. I know Blake Horvath in a post-game interview, he was talking about like the brotherhood and everything, how it means more at Navy. And he was just talking about with the transfer portal and NIL, like that doesn't happen here. So we're like a really tight-knit group. So just based off that, I would assume even if they did have NIL, it'd be some like small, like promoting a little pizza place right around the corner. That might be it.
Exactly. Did you see Trump's coin toss?
Yeah. You should do that every year.
He didn't flip
I want to do that there stiff as hell.
He didn't flip that thing at all. I was waiting for him to tweet. I've been waiting for him to tweet about, well, that was the greatest coin toss of all time. No president has ever flipped a coin as good as I did at the Army-Navy game. That's
thinking it. That was going on in his head the entire time. Like, I'm about to flip the shit out of this thing.
Oh, 100%. 100%. No, but I tell you what, it definitely lived up to hype. The pregame was phenomenal. That prayer hit, the anthem hit, like I talked about, the flyby. It was just, and I was near San Diego, which is a lot of naval bases and stuff. I saw an aircraft carrier. So I was all locked in on the Army Navy. Steele, what was your sister was there, you said, right?
Yep.
And she was like in a good spot.
She could probably smell Trump from where she was.
Have you talked to her about it?
No, not yet. She comes home in like 3 days. That's whenever I'm going to get the full rundown.
Yeah, you got to get the full rundown on that. I'll be excited to hear about that one.
Yeah, she's saying she's about to piss herself, though. She had to pee probably like the second quarter, and you're not moving in the section she was.
Yeah, she can't move, right?
She couldn't leave.
Damn, that's crazy. Who would be your player of the game from that game?
Eli Heidenreich.
I was going to say, that's what I was hoping you would say. That's what I was hoping you would say.
He had like 6 receptions, 60 yards. That translates in academy terms to basically 12 catches, 180 yards or something like that.
100%.
And then I'm pretty sure he had a big fumble recovery. The ball was everywhere that game.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I think he had a big fumble recovery, or like he saved a fumble from getting picked up or whatever, but he played awesome.
He did. And did you hear when the one announcer was like, well, if I had to compare him to somebody, he's like this level Christian McCaffrey. And, and the one announcer was kind of, thrown off by it. But it was true. I mean, he was doing it all for the Naval Academy. That guy is a beast. He should be playing on Sundays. He should at least get a shot to be playing on Sundays.
Yeah, he just seems like a cool dude. I remember in another post-game interview, he's just – all of them are just soft-spoken guys, but you know that they've got an absolute fire in them. That's just the academy dudes, it seems like.
100%. You think you would have done good as an academy dude?
Hey, up too.
You would have been a solid naval guy. Maybe not Navy.
I could do what I'm doing.
You like the water. You like the water.
I'm froggy, man.
You are frog. You would have been a great Navy guy, dude. You are a phenomenal swimmer. It's actually quite shocking. You probably could have been a college level swimmer, to be honest.
My sister, she talks about how she thinks like all their water training as far as drown proofing and everything, she thinks I would excel. And I take that to heart. It means a lot.
Steele, I've been around you long enough, and you do have a certain quality to you when it comes to the water. I don't know what it is, but it is pretty impressive.
All my stats go up.
All your stats do go up. I don't even try to fight you in the water because it doesn't end well. You'll end up being drowned. Okay. Steele, there was another game. You got anything else with the Army Navy or no?
No. Gotta love America.
Okay. Well, there was another game. Bowl games kicked off.
Yeah.
And I know you're feeling some sort of way, so you bring it up and talk about it.
Yeah, so Washington played Boise State this week, and I believe the LA Bowl. And as you'd expect, it kind of paints a picture for how different these conferences and the Power 4 and G5 are. because Washington, just middle of the pack, Big Ten team. Boise State, they're Mountain West champions, and it's an absolute ass beating. Wasn't even close. I think it was like 24-3 at half. Then Boise State they shit the bed. Washington put on the cruisers, and it wasn't even a competitive game. And I think that's going to be kind of a little preview of what's going to happen on Saturday with a lot of these games against G5 teams. Like, it was really bad.
Still, you text me. I wasn't watching that game. I wasn't paying attention to it. I'll be the first one to tell you that. You text me, and I checked the score, and I was like, dang, that is bad, and that could be a preview. And we've been on the same page about the group of 5. We've been on the same page about the group of 5. But for some reason, as we're getting closer to this weekend, I'm not saying there's going to be an upset, but I do think we're going to see competitive games. I really do think.
I hope I'm wrong because I want to see good football.
I think that could just be like my soul trying to tell me it's going to be a competitive game to keep my hopes up, and they're probably going to be blowouts. But I do think when we look at some of these, let's just bring them up: JMU and Oregon. JMU, their running back Wayne Knight. Somebody told me I didn't know nothing about JMU. Somebody hit me up and said you got to check out Wayne Knight.
Have you?
Go ahead.
No, I have not. But have you seen JMU's like socials or whatever and the stuff they're posting?
No, I haven't seen anything.
They just post it's gold. Like they'll post just random facts and stats like JMU is 2-0 in the Sun Belt this year and Oregon is 0-0. So who do you think is going to win this game? Just dumb stuff like that. Yeah.
The only thing I saw them post was Oregon Stadium in all purple and saying this is what it should look like. Like this is what it's going to look like. I don't think there's going to be people from James Madison in Virginia traveling all the way to across the country to go to Oregon. You're going to see nothing but family members in that state.
That's what Tennessee said they were going to do. They were going to invade the shoe, and then what happened?
They did invade it, though, in terms of fans.
No, they did not.
Dude,
they had a decent showing, but they did not. You cannot say they invaded the shoe.
It looked close to 50-50.
It was not.
It looked close to 50-50.
I'll look at a picture after this, but I'm pretty positive it was not close.
Okay, we'll have to look at the picture, and we'll have to figure out who's right in this. 50-50. But regardless, JMU, Wayne Knight, 200 yards against Troy. Now, I know it's Troy. The guy's got about 1,300 yards rushing. He can hurt you. He's like a mini version of Ashton Genty. That he's a very talented running back. Now, I'm not saying this is a Boise State team from last year, but we did see Boise State take Oregon down to the wire at Oregon last year. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, Oregon, I'm still not so – I love Dan Lanning. I love what he's got going on over there. But for some reason, I'm not sold on their culture yet. I don't know what it is. I'm not sold on their culture yet. And if they come out, taking JMU lightly, I think JMU will give them a run for their money. I
mean, didn't Tosh Lapoy just take a new position? Isn't he gone?
Head coach of Cal.
Yes, that could do something. I don't know if he's still coaching or not. That seems to be a big topic. Coaches taking positions. Are they going to keep coaching against in playoff teams? But it could be interesting. I know we bash G5 a lot, and they still have great players. They still have great coaches. But my problem with it is just the fact that they do not meet the requirements that you need in order to get a playoff spot. That's my big thing. Because Knight, he's a good player. They've got good players all around. But if you're not playing a single Power 4 team, or if you are and you lose them by a couple touchdowns, that doesn't equal you getting a playoff spot. I want to clear that up.
Yeah, I think one should get in for sure. I think one should get in. Two, I'm not on the two. One should definitely get in. But still, you kind of made a video on your own Steel Chambers page, and I really did like it. What was kind of that about with the group of 5? You had like a playoff or playing game situation. I did like that. Can you hit on that real quick?
Yeah. So the main idea of it is taking the 4 of the top 5 group of 5 conference champions, and you make them play a play-in tournament.
Yeah.
Because I think you should only have one G5 team, if anything.
100%.
And the way you find the strongest one is you make them all play each other. So it's just the old playoff bracket, the way it's structured. You've got the 1, 2, 3, 4 teams all there, and 2 semifinal games, a championship game, and then whoever wins, they get an auto bid.
Exactly. That makes sense. See, that makes perfect sense to me, and it clears up a lot of issues that we're having. One group of 5 teams should get in. There should not be 2 group of 5 teams to get in. Now, Steele, Tulane, do they have any shot? I think JMU's got a better shot than Tulane.
You think JMU has a better shot than Tulane against Ole Miss?
Yeah, what's going on over there? We can keep it rolling, but what's going on over there, man? You got construction.
I don't know what the hell's going on. Yeah, let's keep rolling.
Hey, keep rolling. It's not that big of a deal.
You think Tulane has a better chance?
Well, only because I don't necessarily know that. I'm more confident. Man, that is tough because Ole Miss, I think, is being really, really slept on right now because of Lane Kiffin leaving. And you've talked about this, Steele. You talked about the importance of position coaches.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as I know, their position coaches are coaching through the playoffs. They spend all your time with the position coaches now. And I think with bowl season, it gets the chance to kind of transition from Kiffin to I'm blanking on Golding. And it seems like the players really like them. They got a good team. Ole Miss is a good team. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people. I think they're going to come out very, very angry and hungry and looking to prove something. Mm-hmm. I really like Ole Miss. I wouldn't be surprised to see Ole Miss beat the crap out of Tulane and then give whoever they play next. I got to relook at the bracket, but whoever they get matched up with, I would not want to get matched up with them.
It's Georgia.
Okay, I would want to get matched up with them if I'm Georgia. That's the only team. They're cooked. That's the only team. Georgia is phenomenal, but yeah, Ole Miss, don't take them lightly. Don't take them lightly. That's the only reason I say I'm more confident because I'm just really, really thinking that Ole Miss is going to come out firing.
Yeah, this whole situation could work out for them because you got guys, they may be angry, of course, with the whole Lane leaving situation. And then you got Pete Golding. He's obviously catching a lot of flack just because is he qualified? He hasn't proved anything yet, at least as being a head coach. So he's been a part of that program. He's going to be able to rally those guys. They're going to want to play for him and prove that, yes, he deserves to be our next head coach. So I see them going out and absolutely beating the brakes off Tulane. They're pissed off. They want everyone to realize we're still a playoff team. We're not just our head coach that left. This is still a solid team. So I see them using that to their advantage and going out there and handling business.
Okay, Steele, last thing on these group of 5s, I got a great question for you. If you're Sumrall or the JMU coach, what is your message to your team before their games?
And everyone can lose. We've earned our way here. We deserve to be here. And at the end of the day, they bleed the same blood we bleed. So why can't we beat them?
Exactly, man. I wish I was on JMU or Tulane this weekend. I would love a chance to be an underdog in the college football.
You got nothing to lose. Everyone thinks you're going to lose by 30. So why not go out there and just let it rip?
Dude, I hope we see reverse passes, flea flickers. I hope we see fake punts, fake field goals.
Remember that Louisville drive against Miami to start off the game against in that big upset?
Yeah. I remember.
I see that happening immediately.
Yeah, dude. I hope we see all types of chaos. I'm dying for these games to be close. Let them get close to at least. If I'm the coach, I'm saying, let's hang around in the first half. Let's get this game to the fourth quarter and give ourselves a shot to go get it, to go pull off an upset. Because if you can put pressure on a team, it's like. If the little dog can put the pressure on the big dog up until the fourth quarter and you start thinking that you can really play with them, it's going to be how these teams can start. Can we start fast, and can we really, really force them to go beat us in the fourth quarter?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but sadly, we've still got to wait 4 or 5 days left, but we're getting little appetizers with a lot of these bowl games.
Not a whole else going on, man. Not a whole lot else going on.
Saturday got started. You've got the Salute to Veterans Bowl with Troy and Jacksonville State, Gasparilla Bowl, which I heard is a really cool bowl, and Memphis and NC State, the Myrtle Beach Bowl. Not a lot of really bowl games that pop out at us.
Oh yeah, you bring up a good point. Hold on, I got something written down. You bring up a good point. I got 3 bowl games. Now, I don't know when they are, so I got 3 bowl games to keep an eye on.
Mm-hmm.
The Pop-Tart Bowl?
Naturally. Is that BYU, Georgia Tech?
Georgia Tech. That's the first one I wrote down. You remind me. The Pinstripe Bowl, which is at Yankee Stadium, which is sick.
I'd play there 10 out of 10 times.
100%. I played at the Padre Stadium in the Holiday Bowl. That
Really?
baseball fields are fun to play in.
Damn, yeah, Ohio State last year played at Fenway. I missed out on that.
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. So you got Clemson, and I don't know if this has got to be it's either LSU or no, this is Penn State. Clemson, Penn State. Sorry, I couldn't read my handwriting. Clemson, Penn State in the Pinstripe Bowl, and then my final bowl game, the Cheez-It Bowl, with Michigan and Texas. Those are the 3 bowl games I wrote down that I'm like.
That's going to be an interesting game with everything going on over there in Ann Arbor.
Exactly.
It's going to be an interesting game.
With Poggi, man. Sharon Moore, dude. I still feel sick for that situation.
Yeah, I don't know. But we won't dive too deep into that. He's a clown. But they need to fix the bowl season as far as making fans aware of what games are happening and when. Because unless you're a fan of those teams, we both love college football. I right now cannot tell you when and where those games are played.
100%.
I have no idea when those games are being played, but I'd love to watch them.
But yeah, I would love to watch them too. But the problem is the playoffs now with the 12 teams and all the New Year's 6 games being in the playoffs pretty much. It's like that's all anyone cares about. That's all anyone cares about. And that's why we kind of talked about and hit on it. It feels like bowl games are dying. Still, there is playoff game Friday night, right?
Yep. Big time. Alabama, Oklahoma is the first one.
Yes, that is going to be insane. Norman, 8
Yeah.
o'clock Friday night.
It's that, and then it's Miami, Texas A&M at 12 o'clock on Saturday, and then you've got the 2 other ones on TNT at 3:30, like 7.
They're on TNT?
Yes.
I don't even know if I got TNT.
So they screwed TNT over.
How?
I think it was ESPN. I don't know who exactly the body is, but they sold 2 playoff games, or told TNT they can air 2 playoff games on their network.
Right.
And they knew that these 2 playoff games would not be as viewed and wouldn't be as good as the other 2 because they're against the 6 and 11 and the 5 and 12.
12.
So they gave TNT the rights to those 2 games, and naturally they're going to be the 2 least watched games probably in playoff history.
Well, listen, at least they got playoff games, At least they got playoff games. Still, what is 2 matchups? So we kind of hit on the group of 5, and obviously we're going to hit on all this stuff again probably Thursday, but that's all we got to talk about.
Yeah.
We can come up with some more stuff about these games. But what are kind of some matchups you're looking for some of the big ones like A&M and Miami and Oklahoma and Alabama? What are you really looking to see in those games?
A&M Miami, I would probably say the run game. Yeah. Both teams have very solid run games. They rely on their front a lot. And if both of these defenses, if they can stop the run game, then it's going to come down to whose quarterback do you trust more to lead you to a win, Carson Beck or Marcel Reed? Mm-hmm. And I think we will both say probably Marcel Reed, but he showed a little bit of struggles late in the year. But I would stop the run, and I would just have it be a QB duel.
Yeah.
Yeah, my quarterback versus yours.
I agree. I have it down to who can win the turnover battle, and can Carson Beck be consistent? Really, Marcel Reed too, now that you bring it up. But Carson Beck as a leader, at the beginning of the season, it looked like he turned the page. Looks like he was a fantastic leader. Then things kind of went a little bit sideways, and he threw his tight end or whoever it was under the bus, and I really didn't like that. And since then, you kind of see those flaws come back. And then as a player, can he take care of the ball? Can he make the smart decisions and really just be on top of his game? Because if he can, I think Miami can find a way to pull this out, which we'll get into. And then you want to say something?
No, I was agreeing with you.
Oh, okay, perfect. Right. You don't agree often, so I like it when you do. So Oklahoma, Alabama.
Yep.
I'll start this one off. The matchup I'm looking forward to is what you want to see for the A&M Miami game, the run game, because they've both been atrocious.
Yeah.
And whoever can get that run game going is going to take control of the game. And I like Oklahoma taking control of that run game.
I think it's too far gone at this point as far as Alabama's run game. So I'm not even paying attention to that. I think it's just going to be terrible either way. So my matchup is going to be Venables and all of his pressures and different looks against the Alabama O-line. Because if they can find a way to give Ty Simpson, if he even plays with this whole back thing, I don't know what all that is.
Right.
If they can find a way to protect him and give him enough time to really read what's going on in the back end, I can see him having a good game. I mean, he's got all the weapons around him, but Venables, he just finds a way to get to the quarterback. He's got all these exotic looks, and it's going to be hard for this already struggling Alabama offensive line. So that would be my key matchup.
Yeah.
I personally think that Oklahoma is going to pull it off again. It's going to be a rock fight, like 16-10.
Yeah.
And then they're going to end up winning.
Do you think the fact that the boring kind of Alabama just went up against Oklahoma a little bit is going to, or not too long ago, is going to help them, or you don't think it's really
hard to beat the same team twice?
Yeah, so you wouldn't be surprised to see Alabama kind of pull this one out?
No, they're getting a lot of shit because you've got that last loss against Georgia, looks terrible, but they're still a playoff team. They're still here. They still have talented players, and they're going to make it competitive.
Yes, we'll see. We'll see how they come out. I think for all these games, how these teams come out the gate is going to really, really, really matter. Now, Steele, that wraps it up for the college football playoffs, unless you got anything else. And I got one more thing I do want to bring up because it just popped up on my phone before we got on here. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No. Is it like Lagway or something?
Well, it's not Lagway, but it can be Lagway because it's the same topic. Dylan Raiola hits the portal.
He's hit the portal a while ago.
No, I think he's been thinking about it, but today he officially announced that he was going to enter the transfer portal. So him and Lagway, what are your thoughts on that? Or maybe
Raiola,
hearing about it.
Raiola saw that coming. His brother decommitted and everything. I don't know. I have not watched enough of him in Nebraska to really give a solid foundational take on that.
Yeah.
But Lagway, it feels like he just got in a huge car crash and just left the scene. Like he gets Napier fired. He doesn't get Napier fired, but he contributes to Napier being fired. He's supposed to have a big Heisman season, craps the bed. Next thing you know, he's off to the next program.
Yeah.
And that's not his fault completely. I mean, he's a football player. He's going to have his struggles, but it just kind of shows in this NIL world how you can go out, supposed to be a fantastic team. You do terrible all year. Your head coach gets fired, and now you can just bail.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of that.
No, I'm not a fan of it at all either. But at the same time, I mean, listen, if the kid feels like he needs a fresh start, I was I'm not a quarterback for the University of Florida, but I was a safety at Ohio State. I know that feeling of kind of wanting a fresh start. Now, he did have an opportunity to get a fresh start with a new coach coming in. That opportunity was there. So his situation is a little bit different. Now, I don't know if he talked with Summerall, and maybe Summerall's got somebody else in mind he wants to bring in. So we don't know the situation, but I agree with you, Steele. As a Florida, as liking the Florida Gators, I wish he would have stayed and kind of worked through some of that, but he doesn't. And then Raiola, I don't know what that's all about. I think that's more messed up to me. I mean, you're starting at Nebraska.
That's more messed up to you, Raiola?
I mean, I guess they're both messed up. But Raiola, I mean, he's starting at Nebraska. Like, he's got to be the guy. He's been the guy. He's going to be the guy. Everybody loves him over there, as far as I can tell. I mean, that's kind of it was his opportunity to be his team, and he's bouncing on them. And I think that's very unfortunate for Coach Rule. But I would like to see what quarterback Florida gets. I'm going to like to see what quarterback Nebraska gets. Who knows?
Well, as far as the Raiola thing, he's been showing that he loves just kind of going wherever's easiest. Yeah. He was doing that in high school. He bounced around like 3 different high schools in the span of a year and a half.
Oh, I don't know anything about his high school career.
Oh, yeah. Goodness gracious. Where was he starting? He played in Georgia at Buford. There was a bunch of talks about him possibly going to my alma mater over at Blessed Trinity.
Yeah.
That ended up not happening. Him and Justice Haynes ended up teaming up at Buford. Right. And he had already been to, I think, 1 or 2 different high schools. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. But
so he's talking about – go ahead.
Yeah, he's just showed the ability to move all over the place in high school. So it's not crazy to say that he's going to do that now in college.
Yeah, I mean –
plus, he was committed to Georgia and then decommits. Nebraska.
I didn't even know he was a Georgia guy. I would have never expected that. I should have known he was a Georgia guy, though. I know how you Georgia guys get down.
All right, I see. Okay, you're just trying to rage bait me. It's not going to work.
No, I know how these Georgia guys get down, man. You can't trust them. Can't trust a Georgia guy. Like you, man. You know, I love you, Steele, but I don't trust you fully. I trust you.
Why can't you trust me? Is it the mustache?
That's definitely part of it.
You think I'm going to come around on your block with a big old white van and offer you some candy?
Yes, that is definitely a part of it. That is definitely a part of it. But, dude, every time I see that hat on your head, it pisses me off. Because as I said to you on the phone yesterday, that was my favorite hat at Ohio State, and I can't find it anywhere. So
sucks.
It is a good hat. Still, okay, well, there is one thing I do want to bring up, though.
Yep.
Because we'll probably be talking about it at some point when some of this stuff winds down. Sad day for the NFL. Patrick Mahomes and Micah Parsons, ACLs. Anything you want to say about that?
It's a lot of bad injuries lately.
Yeah,
those guys, and then it looks like Devontae Adams.
I know that hamstring was hammy. Yeah, that hammy was bad. I've seen that one look painful. Because so you ever had soft tissue? Have you ever had soft tissue injury?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that is the worst. I had
I had a hamstring bother me a little bit, but then they just threw on some core shorts, put a lot of icy hot on it, and then I was fine. But nothing crazy like that.
I had a quad. Those soft tissues are the worst, man. There's literally nothing you can do. It's not like you can play through it.
Yeah, Coach Mick would just cuss us out if we had any sort of soft tissue.
I know, dude. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started because when I was at Ohio State, I never had to worry about it. I never had a soft tissue in my life. And then I get to USC, and it's like I'm fighting every day of my life to avoid getting one. So I don't know what that was all about.
Mick made sure we did not get soft tissue.
Yeah, he did. He did. Coach Mick. Listen, I love Coach Wiley. Coach Wiley is as good as it gets. Great person, father figure, all the above, 10 out of 10. But in terms of a program and just knowing how to get it done,
you don't beat Mickey.
Nobody's topping Mick. Nobody's topping Coach Mick. I'm sorry. He is as good. He is the GOAT. Coach Mick is the GOAT.
I love the dude.
He is the GOAT. But yeah, Micah Parsons, Mahomes, that is sad because first of all, Micah Parsons, he plays very hard. I think he kind of gets a bad rap. That dude plays every snap. He is going all out.
He looks like he's hunting down a gazelle out in the prairies.
Exactly. You can make one of those documentaries about him, like the wildlife documentaries of him on the hunt. I mean, that guy is fun to watch. Yeah. So hopefully they bounce back. And Mahomes, obviously. Did you see Tom Brady? Him and Tom Brady's parallels.
No.
So
they both got injured ninth year.
Yeah, ninth year after winning 3 Super Bowls, after just losing a Super Bowl. So, sometimes stuff repeats itself, but sometimes it doesn't play out. So we'll see where Mahomes goes from here. Still, anything else? That's it for me, man.
I mean, if you want to play the top 10 sports moments of the year game, we can, but you're obviously ducking.
I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready. Save that for Thursday. I'm not I don't have top 10 sports moments.
I remember last Thursday you said save it for Monday.
Okay, hold me to this. Thursday, we'll get more in depth on these games.
I thought you were a man of your word. I don't know.
I am, dude. I forgot I said that. Okay, I didn't have the weekend to prepare. I can't think of.
Well, maybe don't say something that you can't deliver on. I don't know.
Because that's the end of college football last year. That's the end of NFL football last year. That's basketball. I mean, there's a lot of good sports moments that's happened. I got to really sit down and think about this. Thursday, I'll be ready for you.
2, 3, 4. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I've got 6 different sports on here.
Okay. I gotta lock in then. I can think of a couple, but we'll save it. All right, I'm excited. Thursday, we'll focus on that. I
mean, are you sure we're going to be dick deep in college football Thursday?
Okay, let's do it now. I can think of some stuff.
Well, I don't want you to. How about
we'll do 5 right now? We'll do 5 right now.
No, I want to do all my 10. I'll give you time. You can think about it.
Okay, I'll give you 1 right now.
No. If you still want to do it today, take 15 minutes and we'll knock it out after. If not,
we'll do it Thursday.
God.
All right, I'll see you, bro. Good episode, man.
Bye.
Thursday. Bye.